Hello and welcome to my channel Learning Construction Management with Dr. A.R. Nasir. I am Dr. Abdurrahman Nasir and the slogan for my channel is Construction Management Made Easy. In this video, we will learn about classification of contract. But before we proceed further, I request you all to please subscribe my channel for keeping me motivated to continue making the educational content for learning construction management. So without further ado, let's get started. The topics which we are going to cover in this video are classification of the contract and the differences between the classified types. So let's proceed with the first part, the classification of a contract. According to the validity, the contract is generally classified into two types. The one is the valid contract and the second is the void contract. Here comes the question, what is meant by a valid contract? A valid contract is a contract which satisfies all the fundamentals of the contract, and that is why it is known as a valid contract. A valid contract consists of following two elements. First is the agreement between parties, and second, the agreement should be enforceable by law. Moving on to the second type, which is the void contract. A contract which is not enforceable by law is called a void contract. The word void means not binding in law. A contract which cannot be enforced by either of the party is a void contract. For example, agreement in restraint of a trade, which is a fundamental right of any party, so this agreement will be void in nature. Another example would be agreement in restraint of marriage or an agreement in restraint of legal proceedings. So these all are the fundamental rights of the parties and they cannot be restrained. That is why all such examples are the examples of void contract. The reasons of the void contracts are subsequent impossibility in their performance and the subsequent illegality which they possess. Under the void contract, we have two types. One is the void and the other is the voidable. So void is anything which is not enforceable by law, whereas an agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more parties thereto, but not at the option of others, is a voidable contract. For example, agreement by person of unsound mind, or agreement by undue influence, or the failure of a party to perform as agreed. These are all the examples of a voidable contract, that it can become void at the option of one or more parties. The reasons can be the consent is not free or the promisor fails to perform within the specified time. So let's move on to the second part of the video, in which we will talk about the differences between the types which we discussed. So the first is a valid contract. So no need to define it any further because it is a contract which has been agreed by all the parties and that is enforceable by law, that is legally binding. The important aspect is to highlight the difference between the void and the voidable contract. First, as to the enforceability, the void contract is not enforceable by law, whereas the voidable contract remains enforceable at the option of one or more parties. Second important factor is the time. Void contract is not valid from the start, whereas the voidable contract becomes invalid as soon as the party raises and proves the concern. The third and the last major aspect which differentiate these two types is the legal effect. The void contract has no legal binding, whereas the voidable contract remains legally binded at the option of one or more parties. That's it. Hope you have liked the video. If yes, then please click the like button. If you have any query regarding the topic, please leave your comment and I will be more than happy to answer you directly. For more learning videos, do subscribe my channel Learning Construction Management with Dr. A.R. Nasir, because we believe construction management is made easy. See you soon, take care and goodbye.